shit out the way.
You have a testimony.
Why the
tell your life.
get in on
But
this?
I witnessed it.
He finna be in here and
Why
tell
the
the
fuck
homies
I got
what's
an
going on.
EBT card?
We
And
got
this
it.
is at
Hold on,
Breezy Bowl
cuz.
and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Mac. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
Leading up to who he is.
I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like what the, bro? I can't even get nothing, bro, man.
Kevin McCall's viral breakdown reignited all that old tension with Chris Brown. But before things could cool off, Young Thug stepped right in. What was meant to be a calm talk between him and Chris turned into a fiery face-to-face moment that exploded fast. The leaked footage from that night showed chaos breaking out, and October 20th, 2025 instantly became a date the whole music world won't forget. Kevin, now 40, had sat down for what was supposed to be a regular podcast chat on Back on Fig, but nobody expected what came next. During the nearly 3-hour talk, Kevin peeled back layers of pain from one of R&B's most talked-about rivalries, letting emotions spill out like never before. About 45 minutes in, while the hosts were praising his musical genius, something inside him just snapped. Out of nowhere, Kevin pulled out his EBT card, yes, his electronic benefits transfer card, and slammed it right on the table, live on camera. Tears rolled down as he broke apart in front of millions, his pain raw and unfiltered. The internet froze watching it happen. Sympathy, shock, disbelief, all at once. This was the same man who once helped create massive hits in the 2000s and 2010s, records that made millions and won awards, and now he was bearing his soul for the world to see. Here he was, a man who once had platinum plaques, now talking openly about needing government assistance just to survive.
I'm here, so y'all can think I'm a.
Bro.
That ain't fair, nigga.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
hey,
That's why.
It was heartbreaking to watch a talent like Kevin McCall fall from the top of the charts to barely scraping by. He kept it brutally honest, admitting he was behind on his $2,000 a month child support for his daughter Marley with his ex, Ava Marcille. He revealed he hadn't seen his kids in over a decade and that the emotional pain had pushed him into some dark, lonely places. Through real tears, Kevin made a raw plea straight to Chris Brown. "Bro, give me the $25,000 you owe me for those 4 tracks," he said on camera. McCall even claimed the total unpaid royalties could be close to $3 million, arguing that his old CBE contract wasn't valid and that he'd been robbed of what he truly earned. The contrast was wild. While Chris was filling arenas on his Breezy Bowl 20 tour, raking in between $90 and $100 million performing songs Kevin helped create, McCall said he was just trying to stay afloat, shopping quietly, hoping nobody would notice him. That clip exploded online. No exaggeration. Within hours, it was everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all flooded with reactions. One repost from My Mixtapez alone hit over 9 million views on Twitter. The internet couldn't stop debating it. Fans were completely divided. Some saw Kevin as a man broken by a cold, unforgiving industry, while others questioned if this was the full story. It was a tough reminder of how fast fame can vanish when the business gets cold and unforgiving. But not everyone saw Kevin as the victim. Some said he was just dealing with the fallout from his own bad choices and messy public drama over the years. The debate went crazy online, with fans, critics, and even celebrities jumping in nonstop. Then came a twist nobody saw coming, a move that flipped the whole story on its head. Fresh out and moving different, Young Thug shocked the internet with a huge gesture that had everyone talking. On October 21st, 2025, just one day after Kevin's emotional breakdown went viral, Thug posted on Twitter, "Kevin McCall, hit me, bro. I'll give you the $25,000 you need. And I know CB would too. He's just busy sometimes." The internet went wild. Thug wasn't chasing clout or attention. He was dead serious about helping. Not only did he offer to personally drop the $25,000 Kevin said Chris owed him, but he did it publicly, putting both Kevin and Chris in the spotlight for the world to see their next move. It was rare to see that kind of unity in a culture built on competition and chaos. Fans immediately caught on,
And my name.
Me and
That nigga
Heather,
be crazy.
look. Me and Heather went to the county building together. On my mama, together. We
Hey.
went to the county building together, bro.
Thug was trying to balance both sides, standing by Chris while still showing heart for Kevin. That hit different, because instead of choosing sides, Thug was trying to bring peace where most people would have stirred up more drama. To really grasp why this moment hit so deep, you gotta understand the connection between Thug and Chris. Their bond ran deep, built on loyalty, respect, and pure music chemistry. Back in 2020, right in the middle of those long COVID lockdowns, Chris Brown and Young Thug teamed up for their Slime and B mixtape, and fans went absolutely crazy for it. The 13-track project was packed with hits, but the lead single Go Crazy didn't just match the title. It exploded all the way to number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 and went 4 times platinum. That was real magic, no question. But their connection wasn't just about music. It was built on loyalty that ran through every moment. When Young Thug got locked up in May 2022 on RICO charges, spending over 2 years fighting for his freedom, Chris Brown didn't vanish like so many others did. He stood tall, posting Free YSL and speaking on Thug in interviews with genuine care, keeping his friend's name alive while others stayed silent. So when Thug stepped in to help Kevin McCall, it wasn't a betrayal or a power move against Chris. It was him trying to calm the chaos. Thug became the voice of reason, showing love to a man clearly going through it while still holding down his loyalty to Chris. That's real leadership right there. When Thug tweeted, "CB would give it to you too, bro. He's just busy sometimes," it showed pure balance. No shade, just understanding. Kevin McCall quickly replied, "What's up, bro? I'm just seeing this. About to DM you now," showing a brief moment of mutual respect before everything took another turn. For a moment, it actually felt like things might finally calm down. Young Thug, fresh out of federal custody and focused on redemption, was already proving he meant every word about change. Just a few months earlier, in August 2025, he'd thrown a massive charity event in Atlanta for local kids, showing his heart was really in the right place. So when he reached out to Kevin McCall, it didn't feel like a stunt. It felt real, like he genuinely wanted to stop another tragedy before it started. But then came Chris Brown, and his energy was nothing like Thug's.
Actually, basically on a text message saying word. That's all they saying. Like it's one dude saying, yo, do this, and one dude is saying word. What do you feel about that?
I mean, I can't speak on my brothers in them cases and
Right.
what they going on. I can only be who I always been, they brother. You know, I'm a rock with them for life. It's us never.
On October 22nd, 2025, Chris hopped on his Instagram story and dropped a message that shook the internet. Remember this, you can't walk across a burnt bridge, and you know what's funnier than a troll? A broke one. That post hit like a grenade, cold, sharp, and final. The tone made it clear. No reunion, no forgiveness, no payout, nothing. The bridge between them wasn't just burned, it was gone. Instantly, fans flooded social media, taking sides and arguing whether Chris was keeping it real or going too far. The drama hit a whole new level overnight. Public opinion quickly shifted. About 70% of people started siding with Chris. Comment sections and blogs lit up, defending him hard. Many fans reminded everyone that Kevin McCall had once made serious threats toward Chris, and even his daughter, saying that after everything, Kevin had been given more than enough chances, but kept messing them up. The internet had officially picked its side, and the tension was now boiling over. A lot of people felt Kevin's downfall was the harsh result of his own choices, and that blaming Chris wasn't fair. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Before anyone says Chris Brown is being mean, context, Kevin McCall once threatened him and his daughter, royalty. That post went viral fast, racking up thousands of likes and shares, shaping the entire tone of the debate for days.
How did Deuces come together?
Deuces came together. He was doing In My Zone did well. So he wanted to click up with Tiger. He was a fan of him. He felt like he had buzz popping at the time. He wanted to link up with him and do a joint album.
Still, not everyone agreed. Some argued Chris went way too far with his response, saying he was being cold toward a man clearly in the middle of a mental and emotional breakdown. They reminded folks that Kevin helped shape Chris's early sound. He was there in the studio when those first big hits were being made. To many, mocking someone's financial struggles in public crossed the line. A few fans said what Chris needed to show was compassion, not cruelty. Music insiders also chimed in, saying this kind of story happens all the time in the industry. Songwriters and producers often end up broke or forgotten, while the artists they helped get rich keep thriving. They argued that no matter how wild Kevin's behavior might have been, if he was truly owed money, he deserved to be paid, plain and simple. That's business. But to really grasp how things hit this boiling point, with Kevin crying on camera and Chris firing back like he had nothing left to say, you gotta rewind to where it all began, back when they were just two young, hungry dreamers trying to climb their way into the music game before fame twisted their friendship into full-blown fallout. It all kicked off on March 9th, 2016, when Kevin McCall finally broke his silence and tweeted straight at Chris Brown, "We need to sit down and handle this business." That one line lit the first spark of a feud that would explode years later. Kevin's next move was bold. He took it public, posting, "I tried the adult business route. I feel my kindness is being taken for weakness." That was a clear message to everyone watching. Kevin wasn't after clout, he wanted accountability. He was calling out what he believed were years of unpaid royalties and broken promises, the kind of industry politics that ruin artists behind closed doors.
That was your song?
It was my song.
Ah.
It was a separate package from the whole thing. It's like, here's your 10 songs. Oh, and guess what? Listen to this in the car. He was listening to it the whole week. And he's like, nah, I need that song. I need that song.
But if Kevin thought Chris was going to respond quietly or privately, he was dead wrong. The very next day, March 10th, 2016, Chris Brown fired back with a long, fiery Instagram post that left no room for peace. It was emotional, direct, and brutally public, the type of response that slams the door on any reconciliation for good. In that post, Chris accused Kevin of being ungrateful, saying he was trying to tear him down instead of showing respect, even warning him to stop spreading negativity. Fans instantly realized this wasn't just business beef. It had turned personal and messy. Within hours, gossip pages blew up with screenshots, reposts, and thousands of comments debating who crossed the line. The internet was split, and from that point on, the bridge between them was slowly turning to ashes, one post at a time. Kevin tried to stay calm, at least on the surface. Instead of snapping back with anger, he jumped on Snapchat and wrote, "I'm Chris Brown's #1 fan," but nobody could tell if he meant it or if it was pure sarcasm. It felt like a mix of both, confusion wrapped in hurt. Here was a man who once looked up to Chris as a mentor, who helped him craft some of his biggest records, now facing rejection from someone he once called family. That clash of respect, betrayal, and heartbreak set the tone for everything that came next. From that point forward, it wasn't about business anymore. It was personal. Kevin had once called Chris his little brother, but by 2016, that bond was gone, completely shattered. What started as brotherhood turned into emotional chaos, a back and forth filled with mixed feelings and confusion. One moment, Kevin was demanding to be released from his contract. The next, he was praising Chris's talent like nothing happened. It was a cycle of love, anger, and regret, playing out in front of the entire world.
For 1 second, it always felt better. If it was just me and Chris Brown, I don't think the record would be as good. I think it's the whole shebang. I think it's us three, and just it was what was meant. And I never got jealous of either one of them. I always wanted the best for both of them, and I hope they wanted that for me.
Then came June 2016, when Kevin dropped a diss track called Bucci, a play on the name of Chris's ex, Karechi. Later, he admitted he did it just to get under Chris's skin. It was petty, emotional, and painfully personal, showing how far things had fallen between them. Two artists who once made magic together were now using music to throw shots instead of hits. But the real breaking point came on December 11, 2017, when Kevin posted a video straight up challenging Chris Brown to a one-on-one fight. It was no longer just words. The feud had turned physical, and everyone could see how deep the pain ran. Kevin went on the attack, accusing Chris of being fake, questioning his image and toughness, and fans couldn't believe what they were seeing.
I mean, Chris, he had this image of me. He wanted me to just grown, sexy, had his thug appeal. And we kind of just didn't see eye to eye. I didn't see the vision he had at the same time. It could have just been a small conversation. But for whatever reason, he didn't see eye to eye with whatever he was trying to do for my career at the time.
Then came the moment that truly ended everything, the point of no return. Kevin grabbed his platinum plaque for Deuces, the same hit that changed both their lives, and smashed it on camera. Looking straight into the lens, he said, "Deuces to my past." That line hit hard. The brotherhood was dead, and there was no going back. He captioned the video with a bitter message, symbolizing the end of everything he and Chris had built together. Chris didn't bother writing a paragraph in return. He just responded with 2 emojis, one blank face and one laughing. That tiny reaction spoke volumes, cold, dismissive, and sharper than any words could be. It was the ultimate message in the industry. You're not even worth my energy. But then, things went completely off the rails. On January 6th, 2018, Kevin McCall posted a disturbing series of tweets that shocked everyone still following their feud.
Chris was upset about it, felt like it was a bad look. So he decided to call me on the phone and tell me how much of a bad look, but he didn't tell me in a professional way. So I had to, check him and let him know, don't ever talk to me like that again.
In those messages, he made alarming threats involving Chris and his family, crossing a line nobody could defend. Even his longtime supporters couldn't stand by him after that. The internet went into a full meltdown. Fans, blogs, and industry insiders all condemned his words instantly. One viral post captured the mood perfectly. No matter how bad things get, you never bring someone's child into it. From that moment forward, there was no fixing it. Whatever friendship they once had was gone forever. Kevin's words didn't just end the feud, they buried it. In hip-hop, and in life in general, there are certain boundaries you never cross, and bringing someone's child into the drama is one of them. That's one line you just don't cross. No excuses. After his disturbing tweets, Kevin McCall tried to backpedal, claiming people took his words the wrong way and that he was only speaking symbolically. He even said he loved Chris and his daughter, hoping to clean it all up. But by then, the damage was done. Nobody believed it. All the sympathy Kevin had gained, all those valid concerns about unpaid royalties, vanished overnight. Those posts erased everything, giving Chris every reason to cut ties for good. Then, in 2019, Kevin made things worse. He jumped back online and started another rant, this time taking aim at Chris's fans with harsh, personal remarks that left everyone shocked. It was clear his behavior had spiraled out of control. What could have been a story about redemption had turned into one of chaos and self-sabotage. Meanwhile, Chris Brown stayed mostly silent through it all. No messy interviews, no rants, just calm distance. He didn't need to say anything. Kevin's actions were already telling the story loud and clear. But then, in a resurfaced 2020 video, Chris addressed the situation indirectly, flexing his success while subtly questioning Kevin's talent in a way that cut deep without sounding bitter. Chris said, if he wrote all those songs he claims he did, why he ain't writing hits now?
I'm not Drake, I'm not Frank Ocean. Like, you're gonna run into me again.
That line hit hard because it spoke to the truth. While Chris's career kept soaring with platinum albums, sold-out tours, and major awards, Kevin's momentum faded into silence. His 2017 project, Man of God, barely made a ripple, and his once promising net worth had dropped to almost nothing. It was a painful fall from grace, and the proof that sometimes talent alone isn't enough to save you when you're fighting your own downfall. To really understand how things got this deep, you've got to rewind to the beginning, the rise and fall of a brotherhood. It all started back in 2009, when a young Kevin McCall from Watts, Los Angeles, decided to take the biggest gamble of his life. Fresh out of college and chasing dreams of playing in the NFL, Kevin found himself at a music event hoping to make connections, and that's where fate stepped in. Across the room, he spotted Chris Brown, who was just 20 at the time, trying to rebuild his image after a major career setback. Kevin saw his shot and went for it. No hesitation. He walked straight up to Chris and pitched his demos face to face, refusing to take no for an answer. It was fearless, hungry, and bold, the kind of energy that comes from having nothing left to lose. And crazy enough, it worked. That one bold move opened a door that flipped both their lives upside down and sparked one of the most complicated friendships in modern R&B history. Chris saw something special in Kevin. Raw talent, real hunger, and the same drive he once had himself. Impressed, Chris invited him to the studio, and from that moment on, the chemistry was undeniable. What followed was more than just music. It was family. Chris eventually signed Kevin to his label CBE, Chris Brown Entertainment, in partnership with RCA, making him his official protege during a key comeback in Chris's career. Together, they created Straight Heat, bangers that helped define the early 2000s and proved that their connection was more than just business. It was brotherhood. One of their biggest collaborations was Deuces featuring Tyga, a breakup anthem that peaked at number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100 and even scored a Grammy nomination.
I mean, were you being offered publishing deals and stuff like that during this time?
I did a publishing deal through Chris. I didn't understand any of that. So everything was through Chris. And that's why what I was trying to get to is once me and his relationship kind of got funny, he kind of, the business and stuff was all held up and messed up.
But here's what most fans don't know. Deuces actually started as Kevin McCall's song. He wrote it about his first real heartbreak, pouring all his emotions into every lyric. Kevin agreed to let Chris have the track under one condition. He had to stay featured on it. Chris kept his word, brought in Tyga, and the rest became straight-up history. The song blew up, earning Kevin 6 figures in royalties, life-changing money for a guy who was working retail just months before. It felt like the start of a dream come true, but that same success would later turn into the root of one of R&B's most tangled feuds. Kevin kept the momentum rolling in 2011, co-writing and featuring on Strip, another club hit that climbed to number 37 on the Billboard Hot 100. And he didn't stop there. He helped write Look at Me Now, Chris Brown's massive anthem with Busta Rhymes and Lil Wayne, which became Chris's first #1 record and ruled the airwaves for months. Kevin's pen was all over Chris's FAME album, the project that earned Chris his first Grammy and officially sealed his comeback as one of R&B's biggest names. But Kevin's talent went beyond just Chris. He was writing for other stars too, like Carrie Hilson on One Night Stand, proving he was one of the most versatile and slept-on songwriters in the game. For a while, Kevin McCall was living the dream, money flowing, hits climbing the charts, and fame that defined an era. Chris Brown even used to call him my big brother, and their studio sessions were pure magic, full of laughter, creativity, and real brotherly love. But behind that success, cracks started to show. Around 2013, Kevin began feeling boxed in, like he was losing control of his own sound and identity. In a 2015 Vlad TV interview, Kevin revealed that Chris wanted him to push a more grown and edgy image, something that didn't match who he truly was as an artist. That tension kept building until one small moment in 2014 blew everything up. Actress Keke Palmer reached out to collaborate, a totally normal move in the industry. But that one connection ended up triggering a chain reaction that destroyed their bond for good. Kevin saw it as his shot to finally step out of Chris's shadow and make a name for himself. So when Keke hit him up, he jumped at the opportunity. They shot Shorty Wanna Ride, and Kevin felt like this was it, his moment to stand on his own. But Chris didn't see it that way. According to Kevin, Chris called him directly and wasn't happy about the move, saying it didn't align with his brand image. What started as a creative disagreement quickly turned personal. Kevin claimed Chris threatened to block his progress in the industry, a move that cut deep. Coming from Watts, respect was everything to Kevin, and feeling controlled like that crossed a line he couldn't accept. That phone call marked the real breaking point, the moment their brotherhood turned into rivalry, and everything started to fall apart for good. The day their brotherhood turned from partnership to a power struggle, nothing was the same after that. Kevin McCall later claimed that people surrounding Chris Brown, especially management, were quietly blocking his solo moves and cutting off his opportunities. He said that even though Deuces went global with hundreds of millions of streams, he never saw the full royalties he believed he earned. According to Kevin, he was young, hungry, and didn't fully understand the contracts he signed under Chris's company. He felt trapped in bad deals, left out of credits on songs he helped create, like Look at Me Now. Whether it was bad paperwork or straight up bad blood, Kevin took it as betrayal, the pain of being erased by someone he once helped build up. It's a tragic ending to what began as a brotherhood built on music, loyalty, and big dreams. What started with hits, trust, and family energy ended in pain, silence, and distance. This story isn't just about fame. It's about how fast love can fade when money and power get in the mix. If you want more deep dives like this one, make sure to subscribe to Dripzine, hit that like button, share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments. We got more real stories coming your way.